girls?
Hi.
So how would you guys plan your weekend?
Well, I'm just trying to party. Just go out. Read books.
Yeah. So I heard you've been reading a book for theology, and I want to know what it's all about. So please tell me.
My book is called Behind the Gates of Flowers by Catherine Blue. She wrote a book on a poor village called Anawadi. And it's in India actually. And it's surrounded by luxury hotels with a huge airport. But nobody notices the poor village. And there's a main character called Abdul. And he recycles and collects everything that he can practically sell to make his family have food and a good roof. And since everyone hates him because he has such a good life, he is accused of murder of burning an old lady, a neighbor. And he's probably dealing with death penalty. And I would recommend it to anyone. It's really interesting.
And like, where is that in the country? Do you guys have any questions?
Are you almost finished with the like, are you done with it already?
No, I'm not done with it, but
So far, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Bianca, I heard you've been reading a very good book. Please.
Yeah, I've been reading Lost Girls by Robert Colker. My book is about girls that got murdered, and they were all their bodies were thrown in the Long Island beach, and they were never found till probably 3 to 5, 6 years after they were murdered. And the reason why they were found was because there was a main girl named Shannon. They were looking for her, but as they were looking for her, they kept finding the bodies, and none of them were her. And all the girls, like, they related to each other because they were all prostitutes. So they got murdered the night that they would go, like, meet their clients and stuff. And then they've been trying to figure out who killed them, but they still haven't found out. Like, till, like, this day, they haven't found anything out. And it's been happening since, like, 2003. And the girl Shannon, it turns out that she wasn't murdered. She just drowned, like, trying to run away. Yeah.
You guys have any questions for Bianca?
Would you recommend this book?
Yeah, I would. And also to watch the 48-Hour Mystery, that was really good too. It talks more into, like, detail what actually happened to the girls than in the book.
Jackie, how can we forget? I've heard you've been reading a book about the Holocaust.
Yeah, my book's called Night by Elie Wiesel, and it's about a boy and his family that were in Germany. And it was just like a normal day, and then like soldiers came in, but they acted friendly. And then at dawn, they were like, "You guys have to go, like leave." So they all had to run nonstop for like 25 miles to a camp, which they didn't know what it was. And they were just given like a ration of bread. And then like after like also approximately like 2 days, they had to move again. So they had to walk for like 10 days. And then they got to a concentration camp where they actually witnessed a whole, like, there was like 1,500 people there. And then they separate the women from children and the babies and the men. So they put the men in one, the women in one, and they burned the babies on a ditch. So they just grab them, throw them. And then like heading towards the end, the boy lived, but his father died, and he never found out what happened to his mother, or sister, or anybody. Yeah. Especially the baby part. I think I was really crying. They said they held them from their legs, and they had the ditch burning, and they just threw it in there. Like, I think it was like 5-year-old down.
Okay, I have been reading a book. It's called A Journey of Hope, and a story by Jenna Bush, George Bush's daughter. Basically what my book is about this 17-year-old girl who gets abused from her grandmother and gets raped from her step-grandfather. Her mom and dad died of HIV, and she has HIV. And in the end, she ends up pregnant, and her baby also has HIV. The book goes through how she runs away from her grandmother's house, Then she goes to her aunt's house. Then she goes to her friend's house, and she just runs away from every struggle in her life. And then she goes to a group home, and she goes to this like HIV type house thing, and they made her really understand her struggles because her grandma told her that she was not supposed to tell anyone that she had HIV or that she was raped or anything. So the book just shows that even through bad times, there's always a good end. And I like this book.
So grandmother basically kept her from like saying anything to
Yeah,
anybody.
her grandma just like shut her down from she was little.
Did she like her or not?
She didn't like her grandma. Her grandma used to beat her. Her and her little sister.
Would you recommend this book?
I would.
Have you finished reading it?
I currently have not. I have some more pages to go, but from what I read, it's really good. Do you guys have any questions for me?
We're authors from our books are getting together and actually made a movie about our books.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. It comes out November 25th.
Yeah, and they actually have a clip. Wow, we should show it then.
Lucky audience, here you go.